Welcome back to Two Douchey Guys, 2DG. We're going to give you another review. What do we got this time?
Today we have the Stone Farking Wheaton w00tStout. It's a Russian Imperial Stout from Stone. Comes in at 13% ABV.
Ouch.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good one.
I hope so.
It's Stone. So what's the story on this?
Basically the story is they collaborated, Stone did. Last year Greg Cook wasn't actually involved with it, but he came back this year for it. Greg Cook, in case you don't know, is the founder of Stone Brewing Company. They teamed up with Will Wheaton, who in comic book world, so to speak, is a huge deal. He's also been on
Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, the Big Bang Theory. He's
Sheldon's
also
nemesis.
Yeah, he's also a very avid home brewer.
Okay.
He's got a couple YouTube videos up too, but and then Drew Curtis is the founder of Fark.com. He actually, like many of us, got bit by the craft beer bug, so he really wanted to collaborate, team up with obviously Stone.
It'd be nice to have the clout to be able to do that.
Yes.
Call them, hey, let's do something.
Yeah, to have the pull for that. Now it is an Imperial Stout, which Stone doesn't do a ton of. They are known for their Imperial Russian Stout, which is one of the best for the style, and they also had a chai spiced one that I got to try this year. Tons of chai in it. Was kind of happy about it.
A little too much, I thought.
Yeah, it was a little too much.
Even my chai-loving mother didn't care for it.
But they are known generally for their hoppy beers, so I'm excited to get to try this one.
Well, all right, let's get to the pour then. Let's get it open. Let's see where we go. Kind of excited to see how it looks in the glass with the better lighting.
I was just hoping it wasn't going to take me 20 minutes to get the cap off. The pour on this is more, it's lighter than I thought it was going to be. I figured it would be
Oof, I can smell
thicker, but it is a nice dark brown. You can still see through it on the pour. Alright, so
dark.
Yeah, in the glass, yeah, very dark. No light around the edge of the glass. A little bit maybe at the bottom.
I see.
Nice tan head. It's about a half a finger. It is kind of dissipating quickly, which you would expect for being a 13% alcohol beer. Let's get a nose on it.
All right. Let's see, there's some dark fruit in that. That's almost a plum.
I'd say there's definitely dark fruit. A lot of milk chocolate. I am getting some bourbon characteristics to it, which I don't know for sure. I'm going to check real quick because I don't think this is barrel aged.
Maybe a little bit of vanilla too.
Yeah, which again would insinuate that it is barrel aged.
It's really good though. It's a complex beer.
Yeah, no, yeah, from just the smell alone. It is very reminiscent when we went to Dark Lord Day of a ton of the beers that we had. Granted, they were all stout styles, but
it would fit in.
Yeah, you can definitely, smelling it, you get the alcohol smell in there as well. You know it's a big beer just from the smell. Let's get a taste on it.
All right.
Front of the tongue, you get that milk chocolate taste, and it does carry through the entirety of the palate. It drops off maybe about 3/4 of the way back, and you get that burn from the alcohol on the back end. But to hit what he was saying earlier, you get tons of dark fruit through this. A good mixture in the middle of the tongue from dark fruits, dark chocolate, a little bit of roast in there.
Yeah,
but you also get a lot of barrel character in there as well, vanilla, a little bit of the bourbon-y kind of flavor to it, which I said you do notice on the back end as far as the alcohol burn.
It's really, there's so much going on. There's almost, I mean, it's almost reminiscent of a little bit of a black licorice too in there, just a hair around the edges, and the dark fruits, the fruitiness. It's real, like almost like like a prune or something. You know, it's real deep, roasty, almost toasted or roasted fruit.
From the nose, I wouldn't expect the dark fruit to be as prevalent as it is in the taste. Now, I'm drinking it. I do get the alcohol burns start to go into the sinuses a little bit. It does coat the mouth incredibly well, which is what I was hoping.
But it's a good balance when it's not like it's all syrup and just
I was going to say, yeah, it's not nearly as thick as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, the alcohol cuts through it enough that it just, it's brilliant.
I say, yeah, like I said, though, it does coat the mouth, not overly. It does fall off in the back end. It is actually kind of surprisingly dry.
You'll get that from high alcohol.
Yeah.
That's typical.
Well, for the style, though, it generally coats the whole mouth even all the way back.
Yeah, well, you're true. Well, Stone in general.
Yeah. Style. Now, it does say Imperial Stout, so I guess technically it's not a Russian Imperial Stout, but for an Imperial Stout, we'll go ahead and classify it in there as well. What are you going to give it score-wise based on the style?
I'm going to give it a 10. I think it's a fantastic beer. Go ahead.
No, yeah. Based on the style, yeah, I'll do 10 as well. It is really well done as far as complexity, balance for that complexity. It does have a lot of the key flavors you want, which is the chocolate, which is the dark fruit, which is the roastiness. And like I said, I'm not sure if it's barrel aged. If it's not, I will be
surprised,
heavily surprised, because that beer has a lot of barrel characteristics. And if you're wondering what that is, it is alcohol. It is kind of like a woody oakiness, and it also is tons of vanilla.
Yeah, definitely is in this too.
Yeah. Overall,
I'm gonna go. I'm not sure how many decimal places we're going.
You're going 1.
All right. I'm going to give it a 9.5, and I'm going to give it a 9.5 because it's a fantastic beer. But I'm going to give it a 9.5 and not a 10 because it's a heavy beer. I mean, in style, it's going to wreck you. So it's not something I want every day. The taste is fantastic, but it's a bit much. So I mean, if I were to drink this whole thing, I'd be good for quite a while.
Yeah, 13%. Yeah, it'll do that, especially being a bomber. Style or overall, I'll give it a 10. Russian Imperial Stout or Imperial Stout in general is my second favorite style behind the IPA or double IPA. For me, they nailed it. This is easily one of the better ones that I've had. You do get the nice texture from it. It's not quite fluffy, so to speak, but it does coat the mouth well. You get they crush the flavor.
Yeah,
absolutely crush the flavor. Yeah, honestly, one of the better Imperial Stouts that I've had.
And I want to say that one of the benefits of the score is the fact that we got it. And not only did we get it, we got a couple. You know, independently, we both got one. So the availability, the fact they're producing a beer at this caliber, this complex, and it's easy to get.
I say Stone, the benefit with any Stone beer, even just they haven't finished their production facility on the East Coast. But even the volume that they managed to push out just out of Escondido is just insane.
Yeah.
I will say that while they were in the liquor stores here in Northeast Indiana, they went quick. They honestly did.
And they should.
Yeah, I tried to follow this one. I was actually looking forward to this one, getting it. So I want to consider myself pretty on top of the game for that. But yeah, like I said, I think there was 4 bottles left when I got there.
And I think the one I picked up was in Vermont.
Oh, okay.
In Barry, Vermont. So it was there, and I thought, heck yeah, why not?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's when I was getting dissed on the heady.
Yeah,
more about that.
Yeah. 2DG.